she loved it. She surely did. Spending all that time underwater, though it didn't do her hair no good, I tell you. That be her right there. Ain't she a pretty picture? Even used to be a beauty queen. Miss Sugarcane F.L.A. 'Cause she was never meant to be no mermaid. Oh no, not for the long run. You see, she deserved better. She had herself what you call a destiny, if you know what I mean.
And now she'll make that banana disappear. How, ladies and gentlemen? By eating it 16 feet underwater.
Which is why the Lord did what he did next, sending that nasty old gator in the tank. Right about then, when she sees me for the first time, I tells her, "Go on back, Leanne. Go on back. You can't come here yet." Well, this and that, and pretty soon, she's Madame Leanne Lamar, doing healing work and aura reading and such for the local population. Truth is, she got a gift, a wide open soul, which is one reason she married that judge in the first place, older than her daddy. Looks like a storm coming.
Hi, morning, officer.
You're in deep water, ma'am.
Excuse me?
Around here, we strictly enforce the traffic code.
Officer, come on, you gotta give me a break. I was doing 65.
I tell you what, this is the last place on earth you want to get violated.
Really know why's that?
Take my word for it.
Okay, I see.
Something you might want to consider. Making a small donation to the Police Athletic League. Kids sure could use your help.
Really? How much of my help could they use?
$100 worth?
Please.
Of course, you could always perform some small personal favor instead.
Just write me up a ticket, okay?
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to step out the car.
Huh?
You got a busted-right taillight and a cracked windshield, plus the speeding, that makes 3 infractions. If there's reckless endangerment. Get out the car. Place your hands on the vehicle.
Are you kidding me?
Do like I say.
Hey, watch it.
That's by the book, ma'am. You never know where a pretty thing like you might conceal a weapon.
Back off, pal.
Easy, easy.
I'm gonna take your keys now.
Now, come on, little sister, this ain't a game. You give me that thing before you hurt yourself. Well, that's not bad for beginner's luck.
My name is Kathy Baker, and I'm a public defender. Both of my brothers are Metro-Dade police, and my father was a federal marshal. My husband just left me for a dental technician named Debbie Lefkowitz, so believe me, mister, I am in no mood. So just throw me the keys before I decide to blow your eager little balls off.
Here you go.
sorry, ma'am. They ain't yet built a hearse big enough for a march field.
A what?
A march field, ma'am. John's, every last one of them.
Where is your sheriff?
You could try the police station, but you'll have better luck at the fish club over on Piccadilly.
No, you're too tall.
What?
I'm sorry, I specifically asked for under 5'6". No offense, I'm sure you're wonderful. It's just I'm not very good with tall women.
Really?
I was taught that a man should dominate a woman on the floor.
Were ya?
School didn't send you.
What school?
In Miami, Stan Rogoff International School of Ballroom Dancing, my new partner.
Hardly. Sheriff, I believe that this is your property? You got a real clown out there, Sheriff, and he's running around with a badge on.
Dawson, what do you do now?
Oh, nothing much. He just solicited a bribe, tried to sexually assault me.
Chaining that boy to a desk job.
Oh, I have the keys to his squad car. You will find him locked in his trunk on Route 441 at the county line. I'm in town for 6 hours, Sheriff, actually less if I'm lucky, so please keep him away from me. If you don't, property taxes are gonna go up around here for a real long time.
You sure you don't dance?
Okay, which one of you is Sonny Dupree?
I am.
Who are you?
That's Elvin Crow. You and I was cellmates up at Stark. We gonna grow old together, ain't that right, Elvin?
Yeah, that was the plan.
How many times I have to say it? I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe you should have thought of that before.
Well, only wanted me one little drink.
Yeah, everything we dreamed of, everything we talked about all them nights after lockdown, the bed and breakfast in Belle Glade, the ostrich farm.
Guys, please, you're breaking my heart here.
You know, I've waited 2 whole years for you. How could you be so insensitive?
Here we go.
Yeah, you know what? I brought you home. Introduced you to Ma and Pa, the twins.
Yeah, what about me? You told me you lived on a lake, not some stinking swamp.
Boys. Okay, now, it's completely up to you, but I would advise Mr. Crow to step outside as he does not fall under the lawyer-client privilege.
No, he stays. And where's Mother Lawyer anyway? Marchfield, size of a sofa.
He died, Sonny. I'm taking over your case as a favor to the court.
So how long have you been with legal aid?
Long enough?
Yeah, well, I should warn you. I ain't just your ordinary lowlife on your list. Now, I don't know what I might do if Sonny here has to go back to jail. I might just have to find me someone and ventilate my feelings of impotence and grief on them.
I'm gonna keep that in mind, Elvin. Sonny, it says here in the police report that when they pulled you over, you had been drinking.
One beer, that's all. My urine tested clean.
Yep, but you're underage and that violates your probation.
Oh, I can do hard time, but I can't have any corona.
Listen, Sonny, I'm gonna plead you straight up, but I'm gonna make it sound like a minor violation.
But I didn't do nothing.
I already worked it out with the ADA, and he agreed to ask for no more than a year and a day, then leave it up to the judge as long as you plead guilty.
A year of state time?
You will do 90 days. Be nice, act polite, and who knows, the judge might even give you a break.
You tell him I've been drinking since I was 14 years old, and I know how. No problem.
Anything else?
Well, that's all I can think of.
Good. Come on, let's get this over with. I want to be back in Miami for dinner.
Next. Buenos dias, Ms. Bakar. I don't believe you've ever been up before me before.
Why, no, Your Honor, I haven't had the pleasure. And it's Baker.
Excuse me?
My name, it's Baker, not Bakar.
Well, it was Bakar, though, before you had a change.
It's always been Baker.
What, are you Cuban?
No, sir, born in Miami.
I was gonna say you don't look especially Latin. So it's okay with you we do this one in English?
Yes, Your Honor, actually, I would prefer it, seeing as how it's the only language that I understand.
Well, then we'll take it slow and talk Southern. Else I don't think it'd be fair to the prosecution. Okay, Robbie, let's tell the folks what we're here for.
Fifth matter before the County Court of the Ninth Judicial Circuit. The State of Florida versus Sonny W. Dupree. Mr. Dupree, you're charged with violation of your parole.
I hope you don't mind we do things a little unorthodox around here. Stand up, son. Well, what you got to say for yourself?
Your Honor, my client pleads guilty to the charge of consuming 1 alcoholic beverage while under the legal age limit.
Also ran a red light.
Yes, and Mr. Dupree promptly settled this with the city comptroller. I've got the canceled check right here for $52.
You know, by pleading guilty, it means I can revoke his probation and sentence him on the original charge, accessory to murder, which is a capital offense.
Yes, but, Your Honor, I would like to remind the court that the defendant was tried and convicted for that crime as a juvenile.
So what?
So he's been in prison since he was 13 years old, Your Honor. The last 2 years at FSP, from where he was paroled for exemplary behavior. What I'm saying is he's learned his lesson, and furthermore, I feel that he's paid his debt to society.
Does Mr. Finch agree?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. The state feels that only a nominal amount of county time is in order here.
And what do you think, Mr. Dupree?
Well, that'd be fine.
Open your mouth, son.
What?
Now, let me see your teeth. Just as I thought.
Your Honor, I fail to see the relevance of...
Oh, hush up, counselor. It's not your childhood, or if your mother was scared by a goat, or dressed you up like a girl. None of that hogwash. It's your teeth. Crime is in the chromosomes.
What's he talking about?
I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I've done my homework on you, son. That convenience store you and your buddy robbed up in Delray Beach, that lady was killed. And she was a beloved teacher at the Sacred Heart Elementary School.
Yeah, but we didn't kill her. She just gets this weird look in her face like she's gonna have a bowel movement or something and drops dead. Now, how am I supposed to know she's got a bad heart?
I hereby adjudge you guilty, Mr. Dupree. And in memory of those poor third graders, it is the order and sentence of this court that you be confined by the Department of Corrections pending your appeal until such time as a date can be set for your execution.
We're drinking a beer?
Your Honor!
My Sonny!
Ladies and gentlemen, the judge has left the building.
Alvin! Alvin! No, don't you give him penicillin, you hear me? He's allergic. He'll break out all over the rash. His throat will swell up the size of a melon and he'll stop breathing.
That was a travesty, Your Honor. Don't think I'm just gonna roll over.
I swear I love you young Latin public defenders. You're so emotional. What aren't you rolling over for?
The little deal that you and Finch cooked up.
Go on.
He gets me to plead Sonny Dupree guilty so you can hammer him like a sheep.
You got a fertile imagination. Miss Baker, isn't it?
Judge, what are you after? Do you want some tough guy reputation or a golf date with Rush Limbaugh?
See, I knew I liked you. You aren't afraid to speak right up to my face. You and me, we think the same way.
No, excuse me, but you just sentenced my client to the electric chair when all he deserved was a slap on the wrist.
You're getting picky now. It's a matter of degrees. What I mean is you and me aren't afraid to say what we believe. Hell, we could have more fun disagreeing with one another than most people have getting along. What I'm thinking is, how about you and me have a little din-din this evening? You like tropical plants and flowers? We go to my place afterwards. I got a giant band of orchid. Smells so sweet. Make you weak in the knees.
All right, let me guess. This is the part where you're gonna tell me that you're married, but it's in name only.
Oh, Leanne and me are semi-estranged. Yes.
Yeah. You probably have separate bedrooms, and she just doesn't understand you anymore.
See, I could be influential on your behalf. Bill Pope over at Dade Corrections, he's a good friend. A couple of years. See, you named division head. How's that sound?
Judge Gibbs, are you prepared to reverse your decision, or do I have to haul you right in front of the Qualifications Commission?
Oh, it's a shame. You got devilment in you going to waste. Well, I'm not gonna get down on my knees and beg. I'm feeling too frisky for that. You don't want to have fun? There's plenty of others who'll jump at the chance. Counselor here is in contempt of this court, violating the sanctity of chambers. Lock her up.
Hey, what about my one phone call?
Don't take it so hard, hon. Chances are it won't take longer than 6 months.
6 months?
How long it takes to get a court date around here?
Why is that?
Don't ask me, ask the judge. He's the one driving the truck.
What is his story, anyway?
Who, Gibbs? Oh, he ain't so bad as people say. Really, he's one of us at heart. If he'd put his mind to it, he'd be moonlighting gators for hides and meat instead of sitting on the bench getting hemorrhoids.
You've been locked up for how long?
101 days. But my trial's not till a month after next. It's not so bad. Trick is you got to know how to use the time. I had 4 fillings drilled, the wax cleaned out of both ears, and my eyeglasses fixed.
I was gonna ask.
I don't know what Miss Clinton's fussing about. Who needs health insurance when all you got to do is break the law?
By any chance, are you related to Elvin Crow?
Elvin? You know Elvin? Why, Elvin's my firstborn.
And then there were these 2 guys with a hearse?
Dirk and Bogart. They's Elvin's twin brothers. They work over to the funeral home.
What's with the black glasses?
We buy in bulk. On account of none of us can see too good. It all goes back to my folks being first cousins and all. Then, of course, Dickie and me are brother and sister once removed.
Dickie?
My better half. The boy's daddy.
We got the Miami stations, all the cable networks, plus phoners with the New York, L.A., and Chicago dailies at 15-minute intervals.
What'd that Newsweek article say again?
In Florida, Maximum Bob throws the book.
Maximum Bob. I love it. What's she doing here?
She's your wife, Judge.
She needs to have her head examined.
She's gonna soften your image with women voters. Oh, Judge, let them bring up the governorship. You don't want to seem over-anxious.
Judge Gibbs. Listen, just a minute. Give a man some room here. I haven't seen my wife since breakfast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mrs. Gibbs, the love of my life. I deal with ugliness all day long and come home to beauty. Yes, please. I am going to make a statement now. Hush up now. Please. First, I'd like to welcome you all here to my little piece of paradise. Afterwards, feel free to stroll through my exotic garden. If you've never seen a petticoat palm, I got a pair of them. I'll knock your socks off. Now look, I know I'm gonna take a little heat for this boy, Sonny Dupree. I also know that my rulings have not often been popular with the established media and other left-wing groups and organizations, but I am not in a popularity contest. When I sentence a man to death by electrocution, it is because I think he deserves the shock of his life.
The last man that went to the electric chair had flames shooting out of his head. Judge, how do you justify that?
Well, excuse me, honey, but isn't that what's supposed to happen? I mean, we don't call it Old Sparky for nothing.
What about you, Mrs. Gibbs? Do you support the death penalty?
Yeah, I can take that.
Can you confirm it in our reports your husband will seek the Republican nomination?
Well, the Miami Herald has called him an ill-tempered redneck.
Well, that's just not true. Bob Gibbs is a very wise man. He's just in need of a good psychic scraping is all. To restore his vibration level and attain his higher self. That's what I believe I was put on this here earth for, to be his spirit guide.
Oh, we could all use a little guidance now and then, don't you think?
Well, just the other day, I was in the backyard and I was cleansing quartz, you know, recharging their energy, and it hit me. Just all of a sudden, like who I was in a past life. Bob, honey, I was your mother.
Well, that's nice, huh? Now, why don't we go inside?
But Big, don't it really just explain a whole lot? I mean, when you think about it.
Get inside.
But Big.
Yeah. Now, I'd like to thank you all for being here this afternoon. It's been a real pleasure.
Judge, is your wife a fortune teller of some kind?
The metaphysical is out of my jurisdiction, but I do try to keep an open mind as evidence is presented. Good day. Clear!
Sheriff made you bail.
Hi, Inez. The sheriff, you got friends in high places. Cute friends.
I'm gonna need a place to work for a couple hours.
No problem. By the way, Deputy Dawson has a new position in animal control.
Good, remind me not to get a pet. Stan, hey, it's Kathy. We got a situation. I walked right into an ambush. I renege on the plea agreement. Yeah, that's right. Some sleazebag state's attorney named Finch and a psycho judge who thinks he's Billy Graham by way of Attila the Hun. The electric chair? No, I'm not. All right, under acquittal law 330.20. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Gibbs came on to you.
Oh, I'm not the first.
The last was a court reporter, not his, some other judge's. Gibbs asked her if she knew how to play carnival. She said she didn't know how to play. He said, you sit on my lap and I guess you're waiting.
Wow, I'm insulted. He only asked me out to dinner. She filed a complaint?
Yep.
And they let him off?
With a reprimand. They ruled his behavior reflected a misguided sense of humor rather than a social maladjustment.
Well, one thing I'll say for him, he sure is horny for a guy his age.
You know the happiest man in Okeechobee County today? Bob Gibbs. With miles gone, about nothing stands between him whenever he wants. Hey, Murphy. Hey, Carlos.
Afternoon, everybody.
Hey, Gary.
Who are all these people?
Paying their respects.
What do you mean?
It was Miles's wish to spend his last day above ground here in his office. Well, you should have everything you need. I don't think they turned the phones off yet, so I'll let you get to work.
Great. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. You see what I'm saying? 55 seconds is how long that first jolt lasts in the chair.
Well, really, Sonny, I don't think it's about holding your breath. I believe it's electricity kills you.
Well, that makes me feel a whole lot better, Alvin. Thanks a million.
Look it. I brought you a Snickers.
I don't want a Snickers. I want you to get me out of here.
Well, don't you worry, Sonny. I got me a plan.
You gonna go after that lady lawyer?
No, she's just a pawn. No, I got me a better idea. I call it Judge Gibbs and the Pizza Box.
Yeah?
I'd like to speak to Dickie Crow.
You want frogs? We don't have none.
It's me, Dickie. She's ready and waiting.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Judge. I mean, Mr. Jones.
Now, Dickie, get this straight. Don't let anybody see you bring it in.
Not to worry. Dirt and Bogart got it hid where the sun never shines.
It's dead, right? We just want to scare the bejesus out of her, that's all.
Hit it over the head myself with a 10-pound sledge. He let out his air and never made another sound. What about Inez? The boys are missing their ma.
You'll get your wife back, Dickie, as soon as you help me get rid of mine.
I have it there in an hour.
Good deal. Hey, huh? How about a peek under the circus tent? Ooh, let's see.
Quick! Let's get Marshfield back in that coffin. He's starting to smell. Sure hope Daddy killed that gator good.
Pokey? Pokey?
You best be careful out there, ma'am.
Pokey! Pokey?
Pizza man. Bam! Bam! Bam!
Help me, please. Somebody help me. Over here. Over here, help me, please. Help me, please. I'm having the worst case of deja vu. Mister, don't leave me, please. I need help. Don't go away.
Come and get it, ugly.
I'll get it, ugly. Thank you, sir. I don't know as I could ever repay you. You saved my life.
Yeah, well, don't thank me just yet. Now, where's the judge?
I believe he's at the country club.
Well, who are you?
I'm his wife.
Oh, his wife, huh? Say, don't I know you from someplace?
No, sir, I don't think so.
Sure I do. You used to eat that banana in the tank over at the Wiki Watchy Spring.
You remember me?
I could forget.
That was a long time ago. I put on a few pounds.
Oh, no. You look good. You know, there's something I always wondered about. When you're performing underwater, how do you stay down? I mean, keep from rising up.
Controlling your depth, yeah. Well, a lot of that's just in the breathing. It's just something you learn. I mean, it's not like you just slap on a tail and use a mermaid, you know. Don't worry. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, my God, I know what you are. You are a criminal who's come to hurt my Bob.
Well, how'd you guess?
The gun.
Oh. But now I got me a better idea. Yes, sir. I'm calling it The Case of the Missing Mermaid.
I am telling you, the last time that I opened this casket, this man was...
An alligator. Now he's Miles.
Don't make me out to be the crazy one here. Let's just take a look at the last 8 hours in your fair city. First of all, I'm molested by your deputy, who, for all I know, is still locked in his trunk somewhere on the side of the road. My client gets the electric chair for drinking a beer. I'm thrown in jail for turning down Din-Din with a judge who was married to a fish. Then everywhere I go, there's some spooky family member walking around with big, thick black glasses, including 2 twins the size of Buicks, who, between them, mind you, couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. Now, there's a man in a coffin who looks like he's been bungee jumping, but only when he doesn't look like a 10-foot-long alligator. Do you think I'm being overly dramatic?
Brothers Crow.
What?
Yep. Call Game and Fish. I'm on my way. I think we just found your friend.
You get him, boys?
Yeah, but he's still alive. We blasted him, Sheriff.
Good dozen times.
More than that, I put 6 in him before y'all got here. Hollow points.
So what happened, Judge?
I come home and some bitches eat my noggy hide sofa.
Miss Baker, mind stepping in here?
Sure. Buenas noches, Your Honor.
Is this the same alligator you saw in Miles's office?
I have no idea. Looks the same.
Sheriff, think I found something. It was back there in the bushes.
You own a dog, Judge?
Pokey.
Ain't that a shame?
Judge, has your life ever been threatened?
Of course it has, every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Now listen here, son. Nobody brought that gator as a prank or otherwise to cause anybody any harm. It climbed out that canal all by itself.
Sheriff?
Judge, where's your wife?
Leanne.
How do you spell orals?
Orals?
You know, like, do like I say, or else I'm gonna put her in the wood chipper.
That's 2 words, or else. O-R. Next word, E-L-S-E.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Lay a hand on her, you gonna be sorry, mister.
Who said that? Where are you?
Over here, where you think? Ain't nobody gonna hurt her, hear me? Else I gonna steal your breath in your sleep.
Quit that! What are you talking to me like that for?
Like what?
Sounded like you some little colored girl.
Oh, that's Wanda.
Wander?
That's her name, Wanda Grace. I love her dearly, but she's getting to be a pest. See, she passed over in 1855, lived right here in Okeechobee County on a sugar plantation as a slave. She's the one that brought me back from the beyond.
We hereby declare this place a religious sanctuary. We don't believe in the authority of the United Nations. We don't believe in the laws of this city or state. We believe only in the right of the individual to control his own destiny.
Dickie, it's me. Sheriff Hammond?
Oh, hi, Sheriff. We thought you was ATF. It's okay, boys. Stand down. Hun, you can come out now. False alarm.
Who wants lemonade?
I was just telling your husband if he doesn't cooperate, I'm gonna have to take your sons down to the station.
Well, I know for one thing, Bogart needs a haircut, and Dirt's got this nasty fungus between his toes.
Inez, we're not talking about some minor poaching charge here. We're talking about possible felony.
It's supposed to be dead.
Well, it wasn't.
Well, it was when we left it. That was the deal. Delivered the bug dead, and that's what we done. Boys took it up there in the hearse, dumped it in the judge's backyard.
You're saying it came back to life?
Must have. Probably smelled the dog.
Ate the dog.
Well, I can't see as how you can blame us for that. It was an honest mistake. Not to mention all the money we're out.
How do you figure?
What it's worth. In the end, that gator was supposed to be ours.
Yeah, a big one, too. $100 for the hide at least, and another $100 for the meat.
So the job was to drop the gator off and then pick it up again the next day? Why, to scare the judge?
His wife.
His wife?
Yeah, to spook her into a divorce. She's got some kind of fear of gator phobia, I guess.
What's going on, Dickie? Who put you up to this?
Come on, Sheriff. You know I can't tell you that. The judge would kill me.
I respect that, Dickie, if it weren't for the fact that his wife is missing, maybe dead.
Who, Leanne, dead? Why, she was just by here with Elvin.
With Elvin? You saw them yourself?
Last night, they was going for a spin in the airboat.
Speak of the devil.
Tell the truth, we was relieved. The last girlfriend he brought home looked just like a fella.
Where is she, Elvin?
I wouldn't go out there if I were you. Nope, that woman, she is a dangerous delusional. I'm gonna tell you, Ma, what I did for love.
We're proud of you, son.
You go ahead, Sheriff. You take me in, lock me up. I admit to everything.
Soon after Mary, my wife, died, a box appeared on my doorstep. Inside was a pair of patent leather pumps my size and a note to meet that night at the fish club. When I showed up, Miles had hired a dance instructor from Miami. Best in the business, he said, Mrs. Zelda Edvig. She was 60 years old and Maynard, my drill sergeant at Fort Jackson. That night, I got my first dance lesson. And that was Mrs. Edvig showed me the steps. It was my wife, Mary, I was waltzing with. That's how Miles was. Always showing folks the way. He reached out and raised us all to our best selves. He was someone who made a difference. Honestly, I don't know how this town's ever gonna function without him. His mama once told me he weighed 14 pounds at birth. He was the biggest human being I ever knew. I'm gonna miss him.
Judge.
Counselor, beautiful day, isn't it?
Is your wife here?
Sadly packing her bags. By tomorrow, she'll be back home with her sister in Loxahatchee.
You made Dickie Crow bring that alligator.
Forgive me, and I'll let you jog topless through my exotic garden till your heart's content.
Well, I might be tempted to forgive you, but I don't know about the Qualifications Commission.
On whose complaint? Dickie Crow's? It'd never stand up. Be that frog gigger's word against mine.
That's true, except you're forgetting about Inez. You were the one who postponed her court date, Your Honor, 3 separate times. You kept her in jail for nearly 4 months until her husband did exactly as you asked, and technically that is called abuse of power. It's too late, Your Honor. I already made copies of all the relevant documents, and your signature is on every single one of them, including Inez Crow's release order, dated the very same day that gator appeared in your yard.
You went to a lot of trouble to squeeze me like that.
Yeah, well, you know how emotional we Latins are.
Okay, I'm a pig stuck under a gate. How loud you want me to squeal?
I want you to commute Sonny Dupree's death sentence and give him what's fair. 2 years DOC with credit for time served, so he'll do 10 months.
Who knows? Might even work to my advantage. Show a little clemency. Maximum Bob has a heart.
I will hold you to this. Don't think I won't.
Counselor. You got a cute butt. Anybody ever tell you that? Like 2 bulldogs in a bag.
You know, Judge, one last thing. About Elvin Crow.
Kidnapping is a federal offense. There's nothing I can do for that boy.
Sure there is.
Come on. You know, if you really think about it, you're the only one he's really sweet on. Is somebody out there? Come in, please.
Hi. Hi, excuse me. I'm sorry. I thought I heard you talking to somebody.
Oh, Wanda Grace. She just left.
Oh, well, I'm Kathy Baker, and you're Mrs. Gibbs.
Leanne, please. Wow, what a beautiful aura you have.
Wow, you can just see it?
Oh, my, yes. It's a soft blue. You're acquainted with the judge? You should see his aura.
Well, I think I have almost.
Oh, you'd know if you had. It's orangey red and way too big.
He said you were leaving him.
Well, I was. But then I realized that it'd be selfish of me to go because I am the only hope for his enlightenment.
Well, you should know that he never meant that alligator to hurt you.
Well, that's not the sweetest thing you could have ever said. Oh, you are just vibrating at a very high level.
Thank you. I think.
Well, you were sent here with glad tidings indeed, and I just feel as if I owe you something in return. Is there some knowledge that I can impart to you?
There was one thing I was wondering about. How do you eat a banana underwater?
Well, the secret's in the lips, and forming a seal around the fruit. It's just something you learn. I mean, you don't just slap on a tail and use a mermaid, you know?
Wait. I'm seeing something from outside.
What is it?
Oh, my Lord. Oh, I don't think you'd be leaving here anytime soon.
Why? Do you foresee a problem? Because, to tell you the truth, I was kind of toying with the idea of staying here. I mean, not right away, of course, because there's a ton I got to take care of at home. I mean, like getting a divorce for one.
No, outside. Cousin Leon is still in your car.
Which way was Leon headed?
Out towards the refinery.
You know this guy?
Leon Ison, the judge's nephew, calls himself an environmentalist.
I'm the one who taught him how to merge with nature.
According to Leon, no vehicle built before 1972 ought to be on the road on account of emissions.
So he just steals them?
Not exactly.
Ain't that a shame?
Yeah, for Kevin, maybe. And of course, Debbie Lefkowitz, the girl who cleans his teeth. They took off from my Bronco to Disney World, and I'm supposed to believe he's on some golf trip with his buddies. But what I'm saying is it is mine. The Mustang. It's my husband's.
Well, this is a sign. Your discarnate entity making herself known.
You think?
Yes, I do. Telling you to throw off the chains of the past and let your third eye guide you, even though you don't know exactly where you're going.
Well, you know, Leanne, you just might be onto something.
Come on, I'll give you a lift back to Miami.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. I can take a cab.
That could be a problem. You see, Fleet was getting a little old, and...
Cousin Leon blew him up?
Right.
Oh, boy.
Bye, hon.
Bye. Thanks. Oh,
Say that deal you put over on the judge?
Mm-hmm.
You got some sense of style, Miss Baker.
Call me Kathy.
Wake up. Your new bunky's here.
Elvin! What are you doing here?
2 to 4, same as you. Hey, Chubby.
Oh, Elvin!
Hey, look it. I brought you a Snickers.